So one thing that the Matrix missed was, okay, so you know how like Neo comes out of the Matrix and he like wakes up and he has all the wires in his head and he has to like detach all the wires from his head? Well, what they don't tell you is that he also has to reattach his wires to a new system. And he kind of does that like by fighting the Agent Smiths and stuff. But they totally missed that point in the Matrix. Like the actual rewiring part, it's like there's two parts to it. One is like waking up and taking your wires out. That's like what waking up is. It's like, oh shit, this place is like corrupt and like they've been fucking with us hard. And like in a lot of ways. And then you start to like deconstruct that. But then you have to reconstruct it into Christ consciousness, into Yeshua's teachings, and into like just being a decent human being and treating everybody fairly, with respect, without judgment, with dignity and kindness and patience and all that stuff. And that's something that is going to be an ongoing process for me. I still have quite a bit of sassiness and, you know, anger within me, but I'm trying not to perfect this process. I'm just trying to go through it. Like, I can tell I have like a lot more to kind of learn as far as like what's going to be effective for my messages, what's going to be effective when I'm trying to call people out, what's going to be effective, you know, how should I say something, should I not say something to people like that, you know? There's like a lot of stuff that I still have to learn that I'm still, you know, struggling through. And so it's an ongoing process. And that's like all I've learned is that there is no like end line, there is no finish line. It's just ever evolving, always trying to get closer to God, trying to be the best human you can be, and trying to make this experience as good as possible for fucking everybody. Equality and justice and peace for the world. And since we cannot get our shit together enough to do that, by design, by God's design, he's going to come help us. And the whole reason he does this is so he can show us biblical miracles. Because that's what all this technology and the freedom is going to feel like. It's going to feel like miracles to us. So we have these like ideas that's like, well, it is like healing our bodies and the stuff that Jesus talks about, right? Resurrecting from the dead, we do. It's metaphorical though. But we do actually heal our bodies. So it's like, that's actually literal, the healing of the bodies. The blind thing is both, that he can heal blind people, but then he can also metaphorically heal the asleep people who are blind right now, right? And the woke people, we've taken our blindfolds off, just like Neo. You know, he took the wires out. We took our blindfolds off. The veil lifted. And it keeps and continues to do that. And so we're just going to keep seeing more and more polarity until such time as the aliens come down and open contact occurs. So that's what I'm getting. Okay, wait, they do a little bit of rewiring in the Matrix actually, and it's when Neo goes to the Oracle. Anytime he goes to the Oracle, she helps rewire his brain. And what she gives him is metacognition, which is what I've been given. And a lot of us have been given with learning about soul contracts and like this is all designed by God and everybody's playing their role and everybody's disconnecting from God the way they were designed to disconnect from God. And it's an ascension period and all the stuff that I've learned. It gives me that like metacognition of when the Oracle tells Neo, we're not here to make the choices. We're here to figure out why we already made them. And then the implication is before we came down here. And in co-creation with God. So that's the other thing. I'll have to rewatch those movies because I don't know if the game maker, like at the end, like because I'm pretty sure that represents God. The Oracle definitely represents like our higher selves, God. But I think the game maker, maybe not. Maybe it's the disconnection is the game maker from, yeah, the Matrix movies. Because I'm like, I wonder if like they have a conversation about how they decided to do it together or something. I don't think they did though. Or maybe they did. Let me know if you guys know. But there is actually, I'm like, it's crazy because that whoever did the Matrix movies, because I know there's a lot of controversy around it. And we will figure out the truth of that. 100%. They're going to give us all the information on that. I think it was a mixture of both. I think that lady, I don't know her name, sorry, 444 on the clock. The black lady who created it, I think what was her name? Sorry guys, I don't know it. But I don't know the other two either. And then there was like a a sibling pair that were transgender that then, you know, people said like stole from her books to make the movies. And so we'll get the truth of that for sure. But I think it's like a little bit of both. They both contributed to that situation. You know, like obviously she made the books, but then the movie interpretation is like a little bit different than the books is what I've heard, but I've never read the book. So honestly, I have no idea. But anyway, that's the thing about like, we just keep that, like, that is something that is going to change, is like the arguing over art is like, that's what art is supposed to do. It's literally supposed to inspire you. So you create something from it. It's called quantum entanglement, but down here we call it copyright infringement. And so, okay, that's a really heavy opinion, I know, because, and the whole reason why people are like, people need to get credit is because they haven't been getting credit. But the thing is we're moving into a time where that's not even gonna fucking matter. Credit's not gonna matter. What's gonna matter is like, are we okay as humans? Are we treating each other okay? Like, is everybody treated with respect and dignity? No? Okay, you're going bye-bye, soft lockdown. See, we're not even gonna tolerate it anymore. So we are forcing the behaviors to change. So again, that kind of stuff's going to go away, but it's going to take a little while. So again, if you're still like having a hard time, you know, and upset about things, don't worry. But that metacognition comes in and it's like, hey, actually all this was designed and everybody agreed to their disconnection. So there's really like we have to work on not being like so caught up in like these details about fighting over like all this shit, because we're all going to get our rights back. We're all going to get reparations. We're all going to get credit also. The true credit will be revealed as well. And then we'll accept quantum entanglement, because it creates competition is the issue. Because then it's like, oh, this person did this first and this and that and this, and then they're not getting credit and they've been historically discredited and all this crazy shit, which is so true. But we don't have to fight for our rights anymore. So it's like, that's going to start to go away a bit. But yeah, actually there is rewiring in the Matrix. Not a lot though. And like, it doesn't show, like, it would be so much better if they like showed like the Oracle putting in like little wires into like Neo's brain, but they don't. So, yeah, that's the reason why metacognition is also part of Christ consciousness, is because it allows you to like give more grace, compassion, and understanding towards people. That's what it's allowed me to do. It's allowed me to forgive myself. It's allowed me to forgive the people around me. It's allowed me to forgive my outside. It just every day I deepen and I twist the spiral deeper into compassion and love and understanding, because I have this metacognition now, because I have this overarching awareness that I already made these choices before I came down here, and so did everybody else. And so what's the purpose of that? Well, I've been told the purpose of that, because it's so horrible right now, is again, ascension. And I'm like, this all actually makes so much sense. I'm like, this is great. The existential questions in me, I never thought I would get answered. I thought I'd have to die. But you kind of do. It's metaphorical. You have to metaphorically die to get the answers that you're looking for. And you have to accept a new identity, and you have to accept these answers. But the answers are here now, so it's like, choose your delusion. That's what I'm all about.